Science Unit 2 test. Earth, Sun, and Moon, Weather, Tools, Clouds, Water Cycle, Soil. Word bank. Phase, tide, rotation, revolution, humidity, weather, horizon. Number 1. A change in the appearance of the moon's shape is known as a blank. Number 2. The rise and the fall of the ocean is called a blank. Number 3. When an object spins or turns on itself, that is called a blank. Number 4. When an object goes around another object, it is called blank. Number 5. The amount of water vapor in the air is blank. Number 6. The condition of an atmosphere in a specific place and time is blank. Number 7. When soil forms, it develops layers called an blank. Number 8. Which of the following sequences shows how water may move from an ocean to land and back to an ocean? A. Precipitation, runoff, cloud formation, groundwater. B. Evaporation, cloud formation, precipitation, runoff. C. Groundwater, cloud formation, precipitation, runoff. Or D. Cloud formation, precipitation, evaporation, runoff. Number 9. Monahan Sandhills State Park in Texas has almost 4,000 acres of sand dunes. Some of the dunes are as tall as a 6-story building. Dunes in the park are formed by A. Rainstorms, B. Tornadoes, C. Earthquakes, or D. Strong winds. Number 10. In an investigation, hot water is poured into a clear plastic cup. Another clear plastic cup is placed upside down over the cup of hot water. Hot water investigation. Which of these is likely to occur during the next 3 minutes? A. The hot water will become hotter because air and heat are trapped in the top cup. B. The water level will rise in the bottom cup because of evaporation. C. Water droplets will form on the inside of the top cup as the water vapor cools. Or D. Water from the bottom cup will become solid as the hot water cools. Number 11. Taro is studying the water cycle. He knows that energy is needed for matter to move and change state. What is a major source of energy for the water cycle process? A. Clouds. B. The oceans. C. The sun. Or D. Chemical reactions. Number 12. The model below shows where water can be found during different stages of the water cycle. Model of water cycle. Clouds, clouds, moisture and air, land, moisture and air, evaporation, rivers, lakes, oceans, evaporation. What should be added to the diagram to better explain the water cycle? A. Soil to trap water from runoff. B. The sun to provide energy for evaporation. C. Rocks to release thermal energy. Or D. Plants to provide oxygen in the atmosphere. Number 13. A student placed a stick in the ground and recorded the position of its shadow throughout the day as the sun moved through the sky. Which outline on the student's recorded observations represent where the shadow was at 8 a.m.? A, B, C, or D? How would you record the weather? Number 14. How would you record the weather shown in the picture? A, rainy and cold. B, snowy and cold. C, sunny and warm. Number 15. Soil is formed by the slow weathering of rock by water. Which best describes the color of loamy soil? A, dark brown black. B, light. C, milky. Or D, red. Number 16. In Alaska, Alexa observed this landform. What is this landform and how did it form? A, it is a valley that was carved by a glacier. B, it is a dune that formed as wind eroded sand. C, it is an arch that was carved by a slow-moving river. Or D, it is a delta that formed when a river deposited sediment. Number 17. Sonia is examining the properties of a soil sample. She records the following observation in her science notebook. The soil feels grainy and coarse. Which property of soil does Sonia observe? Color. A, color. B, texture. C, capacity to retain water. D, ability to support plant growth. Number 18. The organic matter in soil comes from mostly plants. Which of the following locations would most likely produce soil with the greatest amount of organic matter? A, a desert with very high temperature. B, a river with quickly moving water. C, a mountain with extremely cold winds. Or D, a prairie with lots of grasses and flowers. Number 19. The sun provides just the right amount of blank and blank to allow water to flow and life to flourish on Earth. A, water thermal energy. B, heat sound energy. C, light thermal energy. Or D, light mechanical energy. Number 20. Deanna measures the temperature and humidity every afternoon for 4 days. She records the results in this table. So you have day, temperature, relative humidity. Then you have Monday, 28 or 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 90% humidity. Tuesday, 27, 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 79% humidity. Wednesday, 24, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 70% humidity. Thursday, 28, 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 69% humidity. By analyzing her data, which day can Deanna conclude was the hottest and most humid? A, Monday. B, Wednesday. C, Tuesday. Or D, Thursday. Number 21. Dwayne's family takes a trip through the desert. He observes an arc, which statement best describes how the desert rock formed? A. Deposition from water and ice. B. Deposition from water and wind. C. Weather from water and wind. Number 22. Students recorded the appearance of the moon over several days. May 29th, May 30th, May 31st, June 1st, June 2nd. What did the moon look like on May 28th? Number 23. Carl looks at a weather map and notices the following symbol. The symbol shows a warm front moving towards his town. Based on this map key symbol, which prediction can Carl most likely make about the weather? A. Cooler temperatures. B. Unchanging temperatures. Or C. Warm and humid air. Number 24. This picture illustrates how a puddle changes over the course of a day. Which process is taking place? A. Condensation. B. Precipitation. C. Evaporation. Or D. Runoff. Number 25. Justin constructed the weather map below using current technology to organize, examine, and evaluate data. A United States weather map. He asked his classmates to use the map to predict the weather data for Texas. Based on the map key, what is predicted weather for Texas? A. Sun. B. Rain. C. Snow. D. Partly sunny. Number 26. The picture below is a two-dimensional model of how Earth moves in space. How long does it take for Earth to complete one full movement as shown in this picture? A. 1 day. B. 1 week. C. 1 month. Or D. 1 year. Number 27. Ashley notices changes in the moon over a 1-month period. Which sequence below could Ashley have seen? A. Full moon, new moon, third quarter moon, first quarter moon. B. New moon, first quarter moon, full moon, third quarter moon. C. New moon, first quarter moon, new moon, third quarter moon. D. Full moon, new moon, first quarter moon, third quarter moon. Number 28. The ability to hold water in one of the properties of soil. Some soils retain water better than others. A student is examining different soils. Which soil has the greatest capacity to retain water? A. Sandy soil. B. Rocky soil. C. Clay-rich soil. Number 29. Which word is the name for the condition of the atmosphere at one place and time? A. Thunder. B. Weather. C. Precipitation. Or D. Condensation. Bonus, 1 point each. Correctly label the stages of the water cycle below. The next part says, correctly label the layers of soil, not horizon.